Hi, welcome back to Tao Twang. I'm Dave. So we've got a really laid back 1-4-5 kind of groove here, progression in A. So our chords are A, E, D. Then we'll go through the progression here in a second. So I'm going to do two videos using the same material. So that backing track and the intro that you just saw will be featured in both part one and part two. So part one will be the rhythm playing, the chords, the progression, and some of the kind of riffs that we're using with the chord. Okay, so that's the style that we're using there. It's kind of a Jerry Garcia type rhythm style, maybe not so much with the double stop stuff, but certainly the really accenting that toot and bing boom and real dancey, even at a slow tempo. And then in part two, we'll do more of the lead approach to it, right? That you saw in the intro. So here's something kind of interesting, though, and something to keep in mind with these two videos, and I'll link them together on the page, is that a lot of the moves that we're doing on this rhythm track are the same stuff that those lead licks are made of. And basically, they're major pentatonic stuff. So I'll get to that in just a second. I think you'll really enjoy this. It's a 3-chord progression. They're all major. Not going to, be a lot of work to get the progression down. But we want to work on the stylization of it. So let's go through it. Here's a slide for it. And just the progression itself. I've isolated the drum beat from that backing track. I'm just going to stay on the A for 4 measures. I'm rushing. E, D, A. Again. And it starts over. Okay. So one of the things that is very Jerry-like that's going on here is this. Now, some of you probably do a lot of playing with your thumb on the 6th string like that. I don't so much. I did that because Jerry would do that. And not that we're trying to copy just that style in particular, but it offers something that's really cool. When you do it like that, you can almost kind of just flatten your hand out to play the 4 chord, and that's what we're really doing here. Is even though those measures on that first line are just A, we're jumping up to that 4 and back as sort of a rhythm riff for A. Okay, so when you do it like this, you see a lot of this. I just didn't do that early on, so I just never really adapted that. A couple times I went back after years, and I'm going to start doing that, and it just didn't really work out for me. So, but it really is a good way of looking at how closely you can do that. And that Jerry stuff, it's so lazy. You know, this it's just so cool how just hand. You don't even see any movement, really. You hear it, and you're just like, are you doing anything right there? So when I play, it's much more visual. You can see I'm going. Okay. So, but that's just a good, solid idea that you can use anytime you're on a one chord and holding it like that. You can sneak that four in there in different places and just kind of make it more interesting and riff on it, right? So that's what's going on over the A mostly. And then there's some, there's some hammers. One hammer you can do right away is just that one. Okay. I'm not doing that so much in this one because I'm doing this one almost like a gospel, like I'm just really sticking on the... doing it really stripped down. But that's a good thing you could sneak in there, is hammering that middle finger. Right. So none of this stuff, all this stuff works better if you do it, here and there, and you have a few different things you can do and you mix it up, right? So you don't, some rhythms you just play the same thing every measure, and that's how the song goes, But in this jam style, don't be afraid to just sit on that chord and just... that's cool. Right, then when you do put those little doodahs in there, it really adds something, and then you go back to just kind of comping or really holding down that solid rhythm. So that's kind of our main idea for the A, and just play around with that. And I'm going to break it down a little bit, I guess, for you as far as the counting and stuff. But I'm going to leave it pretty much where we're just counting like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Let me do that even slower. 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 4 and 1. So one thing that's happened is that you get a lot of shuffly good stuff with your right hand going. It's not real exact, but one thing is that just that 16th is the count of it actually, right before you come down on the 1 again. 1 and 2. Da-da. Okay, so when you start off right on that 1, that's real solid feeling. That's good. And then when you come back in, you get that shuffle. Now, I'm doing upstrokes with my pick for that D that I'm sneaking in there, right? So it's... Okay, you do your thing. You got to really let yourself go and relax and do this and put that beat on. Don't try to do it exactly like I'm doing it necessarily, but I'm going to play it for, several measures here and just listen and then just kind of try to lock in. leaving a lot of space. Sorry. Okay, so that's good stuff for the A. Now, for the E and the D, here's what we're going to go with for today. Get that E up here. And now visualize or sound out or plug in to the major pentatonic for that E. Okay. Now, one thing you can do right away is just get that, take what you're covering with your ring finger, that index finger right there. And then if you want to slide up there, or hammer. Now, the nice thing about not having bass and stuff on here is you can just stay on one chord as long as you want it. Down to D. Okay, so don't worry about trying to do this all the same every time. Just, use that major pentatonic shape, and you can go down here too. So I was going up. You can also go down. Okay, but the main thing is you want to fit those in, and kind of dance around with them, and then drop back down into that A chord and have it really locked in, like this. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Keep that real simple. Okay, so, it's not, an exact science, everything that I'm showing you each time there, but you don't have your hand like that, but it's the same stuff. Now, if you see these as single notes, the thing that really makes it sound cool is double stopping. So so it's like you never stop playing the chord. So you're still tracing and following that major pentatonic, but you're letting two strings ring out here every time on this fret. Really practice that, man. Just get locked in and just do something simple, get your routine. Move it down to D. Okay, I even kind of got out of, the original tune there or whatever. And you do that too, right? Follow where it goes, but you just got those three chords and that beat. Okay, do your thing. And see how that works out. Just playing with that drum beat is really going to help you. Just spend some time doing that. Don't worry about always doing everything exactly so with the single note stuff as much. But just get those concepts. Make sure that you're sliding into that major pentatonic for each chord. It'll work on each one because they're all major. And let me know how you do with this. Be looking out for part 2. So in part 2, we're really going to build off of those moves and play more of a solo like you saw in that intro. Okay? Appreciate you as always. Talk to you soon.